Welcome, welcome. You're in the right place at the right time. Today is Tuesday, and we are here on YouTube. We're going to have a great show today. We've got a very lovely book author on the show with us today. I am so excited. I'm looking forward to talking to her about how she got her inspiration for her book. So, without further ado, let's get this puppy started in here. First thing I want to do is give a shout out to my mentor and spiritual leader, Dr. Hunt. Dr. Hunt has been with me for 30 plus years. And I tell you, being with somebody for 30 years is no small task. I tell you, we have traveled this country together, and Dr. Hunt has mentored me and been with me, and I pray for him quite often as he prays for me. So if you've got a mentor and a leader, please pray for him. Keep them lifted up. Keep them encouraged. Because it's a benefit to you as well as a benefit to them as well. Okay. So now, that being said, let's jump over here. I want to invite everyone to go over to my website, ask-dr-ron.com. When you get over there, I want you to scroll down and take a look at all of my advertisers. Now, some of my advertisers have been with me for a very long time. They make it possible for me to do what we do here on the Ask Dr. Ron show, but I want to highlight some of them. The first one I want to highlight is RRJ Webb. If you are interested in starting your own website, he is the person that can help you do it. Also want to highlight Sir Synergy. Mr. Osei has been on the show many times, and I tell you, if he can help you figure out how to save money on your energy bill. He works with solar panels and clean energy to help you save money. And there's also some income opportunities involved with dealing with Sir Synergy. So you click on any of the tabs or any of the flyers, and it'll take you right over to their website. And when you get over there, you'll be able to see all the information. Now, Port Again Sam, I tell you, if you like good wines and spirits, Sam brings in some of the best from all over the world. And I tell you, they're all exclusive. If you go over to Port Again Sam, you ain't gonna want to have nothing from no place else ever again, because I tell you, boy, it is off the hook. And I try to go up and visit Sam quite often because I just need to know what he got in stock. I tell you, his stuff be good. That's all I'm gonna say. You need to get over there and get your wine tasting so you can find out how good it is. And last but not least, Prince Hunter Financial Group. Now, we had him on the show a couple of weeks ago, and he is offering 4 free classes to anybody who is interested in learning how to trade the stock market, the Forex market. Call him up. Tell him you want your 4 free classes. I'm telling you, it is something that will encourage you to want to get involved in. Now, the stock market has been up and down, but anybody will tell you can make money if the market is going up or if it's going down. You can make money going either direction, but you got to take them classes so you figure out how those things work. So definitely check out all of my advertisers, but like I said, this was just to name a few. Now, I'm so excited today to have this lovely lady come on the show with me. I tell you, she's inspired me. Now, I'm not an author. I can't write a book, but I can't do everything. But this young lady, when I looked at her book, I said, maybe one day I'm gonna have to get me a ghostwriter and somebody that can sit down and write down my thoughts. I'm gonna probably have to get them drunk in order to be able to understand what I'm saying. But, I'm sure this young lady didn't have any problem putting her thoughts on paper. So, for the welcoming her for the very first time to the show, Miss Adriane Adkins. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. You have such a beautiful smile. I'm so glad to have you on the show. I mean, there's so many crazy things going on in the world. To see somebody with a beautiful smile is definitely a pleasure. So, I know this is your first time here. So, why don't you tell
Hmm.
us about yourself? Tell us who you are. Tell us about what you do. People are curious.
So I'm Adriane Adkins. I am an entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur. I'm in the financial service industry. I am in the sales industry, and I'm a consultant as well. And now I'm an author. I am a mother of five, three of my own and two bonus children, and I have been married for the past 9 years. Good, good nine
A
years.
good 9 years. You
Uh,
said
why I am where I am today.
okay.
Debt relief programs, and then with and those sessions basically break down the foundation of what faith is. What areas are you struggling with faith in your life right now, and how can we come up with some strategies and create strategies to better help you in those areas?
Okay. All right. So now you operate in all these businesses, all day, 7 days a week, or do you, it's like, how do you approach that many things that you do?
So I set a schedule for myself on certain days. I only do financial services on certain days. I have a scheduler where I schedule my sessions only on certain days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I try to have at least one day off where I'm not focusing on anything, but that really never works for me. But I try to as much as I can. But I do have what I do. I have a lot of flexibility because again, I have children, so I have to have that time. So I kind of with being an entrepreneur and a mother, I I have to be strict with my schedule.
Hmm.
Has it always been easy? No, but that's what I really work hard on sticking to a schedule. So I kind of just schedule everything out. I don't do every single thing every single day.
Okay. So you say you're a
Mhm.
mother of how many? You say?
Five, three, I birthed myself, and two, I was blessed with.
Okay. You said bonus children. I heard that. That's what I was getting
Yes.
to. So I was like, how you get bonus children? Okay. I don't know if you can share that information or not, but
Oh well,
how?
when I met my husband, yeah,
Oh, okay. He gonna see this video, right?
he knows.
Say he knows, young people, so
My so the age range with my children, the oldest being 17, the youngest is 6.
okay,
So you can imagine, you already know parenting didn't come with a
not at
handbook.
all.
So I have to learn as I
Yeah.
go, and I think I'm doing a pretty okay
Well, that's
job.
good. That's good. So, now with the children, do they help you with any of your businesses? I'm just curious. Are you making them entrepreneurial at this time?
So we talk about entrepreneurship, and when like I'm doing a Juneteenth festival this weekend. So my children will be there helping me sell my books, promote my brand, and they're taking different shifts. They're excited about it, excited
Okay.
about taking shifts and helping me. So I do. Even in the process of writing my book, I share some things with them. I'll read it to them, so they know they're very. I believe I don't feel like everybody is meant to be an entrepreneur because everybody is different, got the different characteristics. But I believe I have about three
Okay.
entrepreneurs. The other two,
So
I
you
don't
don't
know.
know. Okay. Yeah. So now you mentioned financial.
In that because we go through things in our lives. We never know when we're going to have a heart attack. We never know when we're going to have a stroke. We never know when we're going to deal with a serious illness. And so, what I do is I educate families on the importance of having life insurance, and not just so when you pass, for your family gets rich off of you. Not just because of that. If you have a family, like for me, for example, if I was to pass, I wouldn't want my husband to have to worry about taking on the house by yourself. So if I have a substantial, we have a day we're born, a day we
That's
pass.
right.
if something were to happen, when that time does come and that happens, you can put yourself in a good, very good position by having a family member insured.
Yeah.
So I talk about that. I talk about retirement planning. A lot of people put off retirement, but the time is coming. We're not staying young forever. You're going to move into retirement. What does your retirement look like? You need to be thinking about that now as a young person. What is it going to look like when I retire? You don't want to work forever. And so I kind of put that in the forefront and I educate on that. And then on the flip side, I talk about budgets and debt relief. It's very, very important to live, on a budget and to know what exactly is coming out of your account every single month.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very important to do that if you want to grow and be successful. So I help to build out a budget, and if you have a lot of debt, I help you to find strategies and ways to break down that debt.
Okay. So the $10 million question that I have is, looking back over the last 2, 3 years, we had a major catastrophe in life that nobody saw coming through here, because it's, and then I've heard, now I don't know, you can,
Did pay out.
okay,
Of course, they it was a this crisis and COVID, it was a shock to
right.
everyone. So you can only prepare so much for certain things to happen, right? So just like we were in a state of shock, they were in a state of shock.
Mm-hmm.
So just like we had to figure out how we were going to survive, it did really
Okay.
well, surprisingly. Yeah, because a lot of people, I feel like sometimes tragedies have to happen for people to understand, oh man, I need to really take care of their family. So life insurance wasn't really on the top.
Say it like this, black folks don't like life insurance because they ain't gonna pay the bill. They'll
No.
tell you, "Oh, sure, baby, sign me up," and then
So,
Miami kicking it. Yeah, and a lot of that went on because they got them stimulus checks, and they thought they was
mhm.
going, look, it was so funny. Oh my God, so
People were flying high on those
yeah,
shows.
people were going down to Walmart buying, 82-inch TV screens, and they ain't even got a wall 82 inches in their house. I was looking at folks walking out of
Exactly.
Walmart with TVs like, doggone well, you ain't got no wall in your house to put that on, and it ain't your house, so that's the other thing. Come on now. So,
And that's trying to sell the house, the TV now.
right. And plans for black families that they said, well, they'll keep a hold of this for a little while, or was it the same formula for everybody across the board?
Um, I wouldn't say it was the same formula. I think it is definitely a different formula. But even in that process of getting the life insurance and educating, you kind of see, if you've been in this business for a while, you kind of see what a person is going to do and what they're not going to do by their
Mm-hmm.
conversation. I don't necessarily sit down with people and say, hey, they're going to buy my product. And I really come to educate you. And in doing that education, I'm seeing who you are, who you're a person with a larger policy, but I'll start.
I think it was knocking on nobody's door right now, trying to offer up any policies, but it was still, something that was made available, and Grandma understood live, and and now, you know, capitalizing off of people's lack of knowledge, or has it gotten any better? And I hate to put you on the spot. I know you can't speak for the whole industry, but for
Mhm.
what you do, have you seen a change, or something that's positive that will say, after we get off this show, I'm gonna go down there and call her up, and I need to get some of that.
Well, I don't want anybody to make an uneducated decision with anything dealing with me.
Mm-hmm.
That for me, with my family, if I was to pass away, I don't want to leave my children here struggling. So I kind of, when I meet another family that's in the same situation as me, I just pour out my education and my empathy for them, not just to get over on you and take your money, but just look around us. The world is crazy.
Yeah,
You have to just you have to be careful on who you choose to do business
that's so
with,
true.
and that's with
That's
anything.
so true. So we talked about the insurance. We talked about you being a mother. What did we leave out? Did we leave anything out? You mentioned like 3 or 4, 5 things in the beginning. I'm trying to
Uh,
keep up with them. What
a sales
a
professional.
sales professional? Okay, so what is that
Hmm.
about?
So of course you sell life insurance. At one point, I did market their businesses and advertise. And so that's just a little bit of what and then with being a faith coach, I set up appointments on my scheduler and I meet with you and I talk to you about what's going on in your life. What areas do you feel like you're lacking in faith? And because of the things that I've been through, because of the seminars I've been through, because of the education I've taken in, I'm able to help you to come up with a strategy to be disciplined, to activate your faith and live in action versus saying you have faith. So my sessions are faith activation sessions. So see success. So if you're not successful, I'm not successful.
Okay.
So that's the biggest thing.
Man, that's a perfect segue. You say faith consultant. Look what I found. Woo! Look at that. Y'all see that? That's the
Look
cover.
real
That's
good,
the
real good.
cover of this young lady's book, and it's called Faith Activated. Okay, and is faith activated. Now, are these stories or directly related to what you have done as a faith counselor? Multitude of things in order to activate your faith. You know, first of all, you got to believe that it exists. You know, and then like the Bible says, faith without works is totally dead. So that
Mhm.
means you got some stuff to do in order to be able to activate your faith. And I'm not fitting to tell your book. I'm gonna let you tell your story about faith because I can talk about it now. Because you know, when you get old, you got to have a little faith in your life. You know, to keep
Mhm.
getting up the next day. So
Inspiration and motivation to write this book because of what was going on in the world around me. And the reason I put those stories in the book is because I wanted people to read the book and be able to relate.
mhm,
Because I feel like we all go through, not even feel like I know we all go through similar situations at one point in time in our lives. Our lives are built off of
mhm,
suicide, people falling into depression. And I feel like if they had a basic foundation on where to start, like we see and we read in the Bible, it says that faith comes by the hearing of the word,
mhm.
right? But a lot of people don't. A lot of people are intimidated about opening up the Bible. It's a lot of different words in there that don't make sense. A lot of things, and it can be very intimidating. Building a foundation for faith, and now seeking more knowledge in the Word of God.
All right now. It's something you said that I want to add this to the conversation. You know, like you said, so many people are afraid to pick up the Bible and begin the journey of understanding what's in the Bible, understanding, the benefits of looking through the Bible. And I used to hear, because I was that person myself all the time, they used to say, "Well, I ain't ready yet. I got to get right."
Hmm.
You ever heard that? I got to,
I heard a teenager. I heard a teenager recently say, "I'm young.
yeah,
I'm gonna wait till about 30 to think about
yeah.
my relationship with God." Like, what do you
All right,
mean?
because perception is everything, and you perceive
Yeah.
the things in the Bible as an instruction manual that you need later in life, more so than you.
Hmm.
Because I'm still young, I don't need that right now. That kind of thing. But I'm here to tell you, and I hope people understand when I say this: you will never ever be ready. Live to you.
Mm.
Okay, because it has to become alive in you. Tell a story. Can I tell a story?
Tell a
Tell a
story.
story. Okay. I was a young man, and having a midlife crisis, 30 years old, and my grandfather lived in the Bahamas, and he was like 100 many times before, because I've been in the entertainment industry, most of my life and years, and I trusted him, he's my grandfather, so I figured he's gonna tell me something good, right? I'm finna get the keys to the knowledge of the world through the eyes of my grandfather. So he said, "Boy, read the Bible."
Mm.
I was so heartbroken. I was like, I didn't travel all the way down here to find out some powerful gold nuggets about life, and all you gonna tell me is read the Bible? I was hurt. Understand what he was saying to me at that particular time. I was like, I don't believe it. So I went out and got drunk, had fun.
What?
Because I could not comprehend,
Hmm.
that he was giving me the understanding of life in those very simple words. Boy, study the Bible. Now, later in life, after I had a couple of more roller coaster rides, through this way, that way, through the woods, then it came back to me. Understand that, wow, he did give me what. At some point in time, that fertilizer hit the earth, and that seed began to grow. And to this day, I thank him for even setting me on that path to begin to, like, when before I knew it, I was like, oh, now I got it. And that's how
Hmm.
life experiences that he's been through. He has confessed to me many a times, like, I'm so glad you taught me this, and you so glad you taught me that, because now I understand, that you were just trying to help me all along.
Hmm.
So I said all that to say one thing or group of things that caused you to put pen to paper to want to write this book. Something had to happen.
Hmm. I think it started from just self-reflection and looking really, really dissecting my life on self-aware, being self-aware, growing and learning. And when I started dissecting, okay, who am I? I think that was the first thing that really made me start this book was who am I? What am I here for? What is my purpose? What is the plan that God has for my life? And going through that season, I knew I couldn't be the only one that had those questions, and I knew it comes to you as an individual. You have to learn who you are, learn why you're here, learn your purpose. Where do you learn that at? Where's the roadmap?
Mm-hmm.
In the
Right,
Bible.
that's right.
And so a lot of people are struggling in their lives. A lot of people are not where they want to be, but I've been going through roller coasters, and I'm
Or is it geared towards older people, you would say? Okay.
everybody. Everybody. I feel that faith should be taught at a young age. If it's taught at a young age, if you're given a roadmap at a young age, then you have no choice but to be successful in your older years.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, and now that's why I sit down. I read chapters with my children, and then I read the word with my children. It's
Mm-hmm.
daily. You need to know why you're here. You need to know why the word is important. So yes, definitely,
Mm-hmm.
children, young adults, everybody. It's for everybody.
Yeah, I totally agree. When my twins were small, it was so funny. They spent the first 2 3 years of their life, 4 years of their life in church circles. That's where I was at all the time because I used to work in ministry. And you probably can't tell now, but I used to I used to, I used to travel to all the conferences. I used to drag them kids up and down the highway all over the place. See, I used to have the video ministry, I guess was what they would call it. So I
Hmm.
would do videotaping of all the conferences. I would be lugging equipment from Chicago everywhere, and kids in tow. So they were always, I know they got a solid foundation. And it's interesting because I know it's a time release capsule that's in them that at various stages of their life. I'm probably gonna get in trouble for saying this. He's more in life, they have the right to make choices. And that's what the Bible
Hmm.
teaches us, make wise choices. So I agree. Stuff right in our face all the time. So would
Hmm.
you say this will help a male more so? Okay. All right. So you got that perspective in there. I want to give a couple of shout outs. I want to give a shout out to Monica Payne, who's tuned in. I see Cassandra Adkins has tuned in. So I want to give a shout out to them. They're following us on the show today. And a special shout out to Monica because I would not know you if it were not for Miss Monica. Miss Monica is a friend to the show. She has, been a fan. She's come on the show, and she's been.
Hard to really find people that really genuinely support you and want to see you doing
Mm-hmm.
well. Monica gets me all the way together when it comes to a schedule, when it comes to staying on point, when it comes to really, putting myself out there. And I appreciate
Yeah.
her. I appreciate and love her for
Yeah,
that.
she and she's busy, boy. But that's hey, that's how you get it done, being busy. Yep.
Yes.
So once again, give them your website where they can find you at.
You can find me at www.adrianjatkins.com, and it's spelled out and listed on the
There you go,
screen.
right there on the screen. So now,
Mhm.
one of the things I want to ask you, what's your next book gonna be like? We know this one is about. What's the next one gonna be about?
I'm right now in this season. I'm sticking with faith. I'm just gonna do a series of faith in faith in marriage, faith in finances, and I'm just gonna break down those things and show actionable items on what you can do to apply that to your life. So I'm gonna stick right now. I'm gonna stick with faith. That's kind of where I'm going.
Okay.
Uh, Before I do anything, I acknowledge God first, and this is where He has me. So I'm gonna stay
You're
here.
gonna
I'm gonna
stay
stay
right
here
there
for a
for a
while.
while.
Stay right here for a
Okay,
while.
that's what's up. That's a good place to hang out. You know.
Hmm.
So now, I heard you say you were married. So how does your husband support what you're doing right now?
That's a good question. How does he support me? So throughout this whole process of writing my book, he supported me because there were late nights. There were times where I was in meetings for hours with Monica, just working things through. So he supported me and just helping me and encouraging me, and even encouraging me to speak, encouraging me to put myself out there. So I really, really appreciate the support on just his main thing is being
250.
he's gonna be out there with me.
That when you work together, it's easier to build things up and have something of substance when you work together to build things. So I applaud you and your family and your young people in your family. And all you all work. Is it an
Hmm.
outside event, inside event?
Outside
Outside
event.
event. Okay, and I'm assuming they're gonna have vendors and things like that going on.
Yes, they have a
It's a lot of Juneteenth celebration events going on. Some of them are
yes,
starting early in the week and running all the way through. So wasn't
yeah,
sure how long that one is going to run. Is it going to be live music or something like that? Do you know if they're going to have any of that or not?
yes, they will.
Okay, cool. So now, do
Hmm.
you have any other events coming up after that, or do they have a calendar on your website where you're going to be at?
Not yet. So I have tentative.
Got about 10 minutes left in the show. So, did we leave out anything that you wanted to cover at this particular time?
Um, I don't believe I left out anything. I mean, you asked a lot of good questions. Um, the basis of my book is faith. Really knowing what faith is, finding a foundation in faith, giving hope and direction and a vision to individuals, and just what I do and what I service. If you
A person wanted to say,
though that faith activator group has links to my scheduler where you can schedule sessions with me, my website, and then you also can find me on Instagram. I'm a stalker a little bit too. The biggest thing is planning.
mm-hmm.
You perish because you do not have a plan. A lot of people are walking around with it's it's an imposter syndrome. You never I do I can't say I know you based off of social
Right.
media because so many people are not honest and transparent. I I can't say I'm perfect,
Yeah,
Buster.
yeah.
So with some people, you always want to be authentic. You always want to, and I feel like even those people that are being fake online, people see authenticity. They can tell when you're authentic.
Posting all kind of crazy stuff. Know me, because I'm not who y'all think I am. And if you calling me, trying to inbox me, talking about, hey, so and so, that ain't even my real name. And I just like, wow.
Yeah, but some people don't take social media seriously either. Um, It's social media. You can choose. I mean, it's your perspective. You want to share your life online, share your life online. If you want to be private, be private. But some people do social media for fun. So you can literally be whoever you want to be to everyone else, and it's just for giggles.
Yeah. Well,
So
I approach social media a little bit differently, and I'm gonna throw this gold nugget out there for anybody there, and people will see it. Now, whether they'll buy anything or whether they'll participate in anything, that's totally, up to the spur of the moment type situation. But if you do it in the right way, people will realize this is not a sham. It's not a scheme.
people to what you have to offer. So yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
agree. You should use social media as a tool.
Yeah. Even when it first started, because, um, MySpace back in the day.
Really, MySpace.
I remember when MySpace first came out, everybody was trying to write a hit song on MySpace, post it on MySpace. Some of y'all don't even know what MySpace is, but that's okay. It used to be around at one time. So, we got a couple of minutes left on this show, and I always like to ask a couple of questions before we get out of here. The first
Should I
question,
be scared?
huh?
Should I be scared?
No, 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 don't be scared. The first question I always like to ask people is, will you come back and see me again sometime?
Definitely.
Well, thank you. That's one. We got it on tape. See, I can always play the tape when they say, I ain't coming back on your show. No, I got you on tape. So the
Say, don't focus on the issues and the problems. Focus on how big and great God is.
Ooh,
And if he did it, if he could do it for someone else, he could do it for you. And that you do have purpose.
wow.
That's what I
That's
will
a
leave
lot.
today.
That's not no small. That's not small. That's a lot. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and share with us today. I am so looking forward to enjoying your book. And I got an autograph copy, y'all. So I'm gonna sit down. While everybody's outside at the Juneteenth celebration, I'm gonna be sitting at home. Where it's nice and cool at because it's supposed to be hot. And I'm gonna be enjoying this book. And I thank you. I appreciate you once again. Shout out to Monica. Shout out to Cassandra, for tuning in and being a spectator watching the show. I just appreciate you guys, and definitely go check her out. Her information is right there on the bottom of the screen where you can go to her website and check out and get all the information. Book yourself a session with her. I think she could tell you something that'll probably, benefit you. I think that'll be great, to find out you, and I thank you. You stay right there. Don't go. Definitely come check us out. We're talking about the latest news and events. We definitely always have a good conversation. Also, come and join me every Saturday at 12 noon right here on YouTube from the desk of Dr. Ron. I'm always entertaining questions. If you send me a question, we'll read it on the air and we'll give you an answer. You might not like the answer, but you'll get a chance to get an answer. Okay? And last but not least, I want to encourage everybody to go over to my website, ask-dr-ron.com. When you get over there, please check out all my advertisers. They help make it possible for us to do what we do here. I thank all those that have made contributions up to this particular point in time. I thank you. Keep on sending your contributions. Please subscribe, like, and share. There's a little subscribe button at the top. You can click on the subscribe button and you'll get a notification every time we go live. So you guys, you all take care, be safe, and we look forward to seeing you guys on Thursday.